Now, more stories, insights, and analysis of Illinois policy and politics. This is Illinois Rising, presented by the Illinois Policy Institute. Once again, your host, AM 560's Dan Proft.
Dan Proft back with Pat Hughes, co-founder of the Illinois Opportunity Project, illinoisopportunity.org, on this edition of Illinois Rising. And Pat, I note you did one of your 2-minute warning commentaries recently for upstream-ideas.com on pension spiking and unpaid sick leave and all of the perks of government that kind of reside below the fold. People want to talk about national politics. People, to some extent, want to talk about state politics. They kind of pay passing interest to what's happening at the local government level and where so much of their money is spent and misspent.
Yeah, Dan, Dan McLaughlin in Orland Park had his salary. The people, I don't think they appreciate sort of how this pension spiking works. So you work for a long time, and then you're just getting ready to retire, and then your pension's based on your last salary. And this guy got in the last year a 375% raise to $110,000 a year, so that his pension, after he retires, going forward for God knows how for the rest of his life, will be based on his $110,000 salary.
No, 150. You're talking about Orland Park Mayor Dan McLaughlin.
Yeah.
So his salary's going from $40,000 to $150,000.
It's an increase of $110,000. Increase of $110,000. I'm sorry. And
so they voted him, with the purposes of giving it to him, but they voted to increase the mayoral salary in Orland Park in October from $40,000 to $150,000.
Correct.
And Dan McLaughlin, if he serves a term, he's been there 2 decades, will then see his pension, because of the spiking that you're talking about, go from $30,000 a year to $110,000 a year, which is in present value. That's a $2 million plus pension in present value. And that's all because they play this game, and then they set that salary at $150,000 in perpetuity for the next trustee that's been there 20 years to do the same thing that he did.
And we have somewhere between, the numbers vary, $125 billion pension deficit across the state, and this pension spiking circumstance, a large part of that is obviously promises not kept, thinking you're going to make much more money on investment of that money than you would. But it's also on these types of games, multiple pensions, pension spiking, things, Dan, that the average person who's working every day, who is financing this stuff, would never be subject to. And frankly, most people, I think, would feel like they were stealing money from their company, from wherever, by taking this type of largesse when you're this juiced in like this guy is.
Well, so Dan McLaughlin, there's an opportunity for Orland Park voters to weigh in on April 4th. Again, talking about local elections. He's got a challenger, a local businessman in Orland Park named Keith Pekow. So people can send a message to Dan McLaughlin and, frankly, the Orland Park Village Board about this kind of gaming of the system for personal enrichment in perpetuity that they've done. Here's the other interesting thing. McLaughlin provides the explanation that he's eliminating other positions that he's going to fill as a way to explain the consolidation of village government and the exponential increase in his salary. And the great thing is he's got a high school diploma. Some of the positions that he's going to now technically do, according to him, require advanced degrees, require an MBA or MPA. And so now when you game the system, not only do you have to wire your salary, then you also have to exempt yourselves from the qualifications for the positions you're supposedly going to be doing to justify the salary that you wired up.
Did he go?
I mean, the layers of this are positively Illinoisan.
Did he go to the Wizard and get his diplomas for those things? Like, where did he, did they print them out on a copy paper? Like, where did he get his degrees for this?
You're just self-exempt. And here's the thing, too. We did a little piece in southcooknews.com, another one of my papers, because we're reporting stuff nobody else does. Did a little comparison. The world's great cities. Well, how much do their mayors make? You might want to know. To kind of put Orland Park in perspective. At the $150,000 level in a community of 58,000 people, Dan McLaughlin compares very favorably to the mayors of Madrid, Moscow, Rome, Paris, all of whom he makes more than, You want to do some U.S. cities by comparison?
I do.
How about Cleveland, city of 400 grand? Dan McLaughlin, Orland Park would make more. Las Vegas, Nashville, Portland, St. Paul, St. Louis, Kansas City, Cincinnati, Sacramento, Louisville, San Jose, Boise, Minneapolis, Buffalo, Albuquerque, Omaha, Pittsburgh. The mayor of Orland Park would make more money than all of those mayors of mid-sized urban centers in our country, as well as international cities of some renown. Does that seem proportional to you, Orland Park families? I mean, it's incredible. It is incredible.
And this is what I said in my 2-minute warning, Dan. If you're in Orland Park and you allow this to persist, okay, and this guy's was kind of popular at least a few weeks ago. If you allow this to persist, you don't have anyone to blame for yourself. When you're looking at your property tax bill, when you're looking at your wages, when you're looking at yourself struggling every day, trying to put a roof over your kid's head and get them to school and everything else you got to accomplish, and you don't get this guy out, you have no one to blame but yourself.
And what's funny? The response to our reporting on this and our discussion of this, well, it's the left's new synonym for racist. Fake news. So if I disagree with you, but I can't address you on the substance of your position, I can't defend my position, then I just call you a racist. We're all used to that. Now the new thing is, if I can't defend my position with respect to the information you've presented, which is all, frankly, a matter of public record, then I just call you fake news because I'm defenseless. So I just want everybody to keep up with the vernacular so they know how to translate the politicians' newspeak, particularly in Illinois.